So as Andrew said, we hosts sometimes read stuff. I have a very, very short story that I wrote several years ago that I dug up and is actually going to be read as a podcast in a podcast magazine.
Cool.
So I was like, oh, if that's going to happen, I can read it myself first, I guess. So anyway, I thought I would do that. It's very short, so if you hate it, don't worry, it'll be over soon. This is called The Empire Builder. This morning, I woke up next to an Amtrak train. It had stolen all the covers and my feet were freezing. How did you get in here? I asked. It snorted and rolled over. I feared for my bed springs. It was snowing and I had nowhere to go, it said. You really don't remember? I swung one foot off the bed, ready to bolt if necessary. Did we? I couldn't bring myself to finish. No, you wanted to, but I didn't want to take advantage. You were very drunk. Oh, I said. Well, that would explain the pounding headache. Is there a name I can call you? Really? This again? It sighed. I'm the Empire Builder. Chicago to Seattle? Doesn't ring a bell, I said. I'm Zipporah, said the Empire Builder, named after Moses' wife and Moyle. Sorry, I said, I don't usually drink this much. But of course I did. My recycling bins overflowed with wine bottles, and that was just from the weekend. I could say it was because I was heartbroken, and that would be true. Partly true. The Empire Builder frowned at me, but politely refrained from commenting. It's been a rough week, I said. I feel very alone. You've caught me at a vulnerable time in my life. The Empire Builder swung itself over the edge of the bed and tried, to its credit, not to shake the floor as it stood. Breakups are rough, it said, and life can be cruel. Yes, I said, exactly. I wondered what I had already blabbed about while I was drunk. I wondered if I had any wine left. How about some coffee? Asked the Empire Builder, as if reading my mind. It was nice to connect with someone again. So I made us some coffee and we talked about Jeremy, who told me I was a terrible listener, which is ridiculous. I listened to his awful breakup speech, didn't I? The Empire Builder took its coffee black and sipped while I spilled my guts. Then, during an awkward lull in conversation when I ran out of things to say, a blood-curdling scream came from outside my window, followed by the screech of metal. That sounds nasty. I ran to the window and pulled open the curtains, squinting into the bright sunlight. The entire block was filled with Amtrak trains. They were smashing cars and throwing them at pedestrians. Houses burned. My neighbors limped and bled, were chased through the snowy streets by trains and crushed by wheels or impaled on rusty railroad spikes. I let the curtains close and backed right into the Empire Builder. It grabbed me by the shoulders. Are you going to hurt me? I asked. What's going on? It's an old story, said the Empire Builder, scraping my neck with its gritty wheel. We feel exploited and underappreciated, so we seek revenge. Nothing more complicated than that. But what have I ever done? I asked. It shrugged. Sin of omission. You haven't asked me a single thing about myself. I picked at my cuticles. Not true, I said. I asked you your name. Twice. You forgot the first time, it said. Doesn't count. Still, I said, I thought we had a connection. You're missing the point entirely, but I guess that's to be expected. I'm sorry, Zipporah. Why didn't you do this last night? Why not put me out of my misery, I asked. I wanted you to prove me wrong, it said. And then I just wanted you to be sober. The Empire Builder let me wipe the sweat from my forehead. You know, I think I may have taken you to Seattle once. When I was a kid, I said, you timed the route to pass through Glacier National Park during the daylight hours. That was nice. Too little, too late, said the Empire Builder. It shielded my face as the windows exploded from the heat. A flash lit up the street behind my curtains, where silhouettes of trains skipped merrily through the carnage. Flames crackled up the side of my house. Melting snowflakes dripped like rain.